How's it? Indian Cowboy, DocSports.com. Connect on Wednesday, November 23rd, as we get this video to you. Have your free pick winner in just a second today. Have about 4 thoughts for you today, as usual. Your free pick today is going to be between the LSU and Kansas State. And then when does that game go off? I think 6 o'clock, 6:30, something like that. Sorry, 7:30. So looking forward to getting you that selection and also give you some thoughts here on South Carolina State and Wake Forest. And also talk to you about Denver, Oklahoma City in the NBA. And the Pelicans and the Spurs as well. YouTube Premium is going to be between Georgia Tech and Marquette, and the Clippers and Warriors. And YouTube Premium is on a 4-1, 12-4 run, as well as hopefully we'll get you something nice today. NBA, nice winner yesterday, 6 unit on the Sacramento Kings as they got it done over the Memphis Grizzlies. Pretty sharp selection, and that was nice. As it relates to World Cup, we're about even right now, maybe slightly ahead, but we have a nice selection today, so looking forward to that. And then as it relates to hockey, we're putting a little bit of a run together, back-to-back winning seasons plus 13,500, so be sure to join us for the hockey as well. And then MMA 17-5 with top selections, and our 3-unit World Cup selection is between Belgium and Canada as well. And so let it be between, I think we're actually, yeah. So between football and by the way, football card comes out today, and we will have a live show tonight at 9:30 for YouTube Premium folks. I'll try to do something live for everybody, but we'll have a live show for YouTube Premium tonight at 9:30 as we talk about. We decided to put it at 9:30 tonight because obviously the games start tomorrow. So we'll talk about all those ball games, and we'll have at least 15 to 20 games that we'll talk about. College basketball, we have a 4-unit selection on deck, which we really like, so we're looking forward to that. And the NBA, you know about the 6-unit selection now. 4-unit selection on Wednesday, soccer, MMA. So football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, soccer, MMA, YouTube Premium. All right, let's get to your, by the way, I'm Indian Cowboy. This is Doc Sports. Indian Cowboy's been around for 18 years and 11 months, almost 19 years. Doc Sports been around 52 years, have a doctorate and a master's in biostatistics, and that's how these algorithms work. Best selections are over at DocSports.com. Next best selections are a YouTube Premium selection. It's under DocSports.com under Arun Shiva. And our next best selections are YouTube Premium Thoughts, where I give you 2 extra thoughts every single day, including a live show once a week. So 100 extra thoughts, all for just $20 a month, which is very popular. And more content, be sure to check our Twitter, our consensus reports, our trends at late night ball games, our hot takes on sports, and tons of other useful content. YouTube Premium is sort of like a group. It's a community more than anything else. And it's not huge, but the guys, we love talking about shop. We love talking about games, and it's a lot of fun. So what's up in our neck of the woods? Yeah, so your free play today is I like Kansas State. I think the difference here between Kansas State and LSU is coaching. Kansas State is coached by, you can find them at about a pick'em right now or even +1. So obviously the game can't end in a tie. So we'll go with the pick'em here on Kansas State. Look, they're coached by Jeremy Lamb, and Jeremy Lamb used to be an assistant over at Baylor for 20 years under the great Scott Drew, who won a national championship. Scott Drew is a great coach out of Baylor. Jeremy Tang finally got his opportunity, and he's making the most of it. I mean, right out of the gate, this team, Bruce Weber's team wasn't good last year. I think they had won around 14 games, and then they had won 9 games before that. And this guy has them 5-0 already. And they beat Nevada in overtime, and Nevada's a good win. And they beat Rhode Island by 20. What's most impressive is they're a top 35 shooting 3-point team, and they're top 50 now in defense, and they have 6 upperclassmen between Johnson, Noel, and Tomlin, and Geeson, and Sills. And I'm not saying LSU is a bad team. They're coached by a good coach too. Matt McCollum came over from Murray State. There's a difference between coaching at Murray State and being an assistant at Baylor, okay? And they come off big wins against Akron and Illinois State, and all that's great. But they're outside the top 200 in turnover margin, and Kansas State can lock you down. Kansas State turns the ball over too, but they have a fantastic defense. And I think at the end of the day, the fact that Kansas State is a top 35 shooting 3-point team, and LSU is pretty good too, but I think the turnover difference might be the difference here. And plus, LSU is a good team, but they have about 3 or 4 upperclassmen. But I'm going to go with the Kansas State. I just think the coaching makes the difference here, and I'm going to go take a shot on Kansas State as a pick 'em. I also like Wake Forest here today. They come off a bad loss to Loyola, Maryland, of all teams. And South Carolina State, lost to South Carolina by only 3 points. I get that, but they also lost by a wide margin to Kentucky, I believe, too. Wake Forest is 4-0 ATS coming off a straight-up loss. South Carolina State has one of the worst defenses in the country. That South Carolina State game versus South Carolina, that's a new coach for South Carolina. So that was their first game with a new coach. I think Wake Forest bounces back. Steve Forbes' team bounces back after a bad loss against Loyola Marymount. And I think they probably win by 26, 27 or more. I also like Denver and Oklahoma City. In that game, I like Denver. I also like the over, too. Probably like them both about the same, Denver and the over. maybe the over more, but we're trying to give more sides these days, as you can tell. Oklahoma City 7-10, and Denver's 10-7. Go figure. Oklahoma City is doing all this without Chet Holmgren. So when he comes back, they're going to even be better. But obviously they got SGA back, which has been helpful. Denver beat this team by 12-5 early this year, which is why we think Oklahoma City is probably an active dog. So I actually like the over more than anything else in this game. Denver's off of a loss to Detroit, so they're going to be ticked off. They were healthy that game. The Pistons beat them outright. And that was one of our leans as well. We don't do, and that was on YouTube Premium. We don't do mini totals these days, as you know, but I know Oklahoma City's playing well. They're coming off back-to-back losses. They're going to be motivated. I like the over there between these two teams. Finally, I like the Spurs here. As Pelicans off that huge win against the Warriors, why not that? I wouldn't be surprised if they have a letdown here after that big win against the Golden State. And the next game is against Ja and the Grizzlies. So it's a bad spot here for the Pelicans. Home game against the Warriors and sandwiched in with the San Antonio Spurs, who are sub 500, and then you go play Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. And the Spurs come off an 0-4 road trip. They only put up 92 points in their last game against the Lakers. I think they play much better here. The Spurs are 9-3 ATS at home. Wouldn't be surprised if they're an active dog, and that game goes over too. YouTube Premium is between Georgia Tech and Marquette, and the Clippers and the Warriors, and I'll try to have a football free play for you tomorrow as well. Hope you guys are doing great. Please take a moment to like and subscribe to the YouTube videos, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Indian Cowboy working hard for you every single day.